Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. My name is Renee, and if this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. I got a dog being nosy in the background. I like to do videos on canning and vintage recipes and just cooking in general and how I cook from my pantry. And this year I am focusing on being thrifty and thriving in semi-retirement. So if that sort of thing interests you, please come along and join me. Today I'm doing a cooking video, a recipe for a great collaboration. It is Air Fryer February, and it is put on by Mary Ellen over at Prepper Potpourri. And there's going to be a new video every day, February 1st through the 14th, all different kinds of air fryer videos using all different kinds of air fryers. Mary Ellen does have a sponsor, and they are going to give away an air fryer. Typhor Dome is going to give away an amazing air fryer. They're like the Cadillac of air fryers. They do all kinds of cool things, and it will even fit a 12-inch pizza in it. Pretty cool. So you want to make sure to watch every video and to comment on them, and you'll be eligible in the drawing that Mary Ellen's going to have. Today, what I'm going to do is something that can be an appetizer, a snack, or to go along with a meal. And we have leftover spaghetti tonight, and I'm going to make these to go along with it. They are air fryer garlic cheese bombs. Super easy, super simple. I'm going to use some grand biscuits. You could use crescent rolls. You can put any kind of cheese in it. We're going to cut it into cubes. I saw this today and I thought this sounded really good, so I'm going to use that. There was no mozzarella in the store and I am out, so I got that. We're going to have butter and garlic and parsley that's going to go on the outside of these and make them all yummy. I'm going to get my air fryer on preheating to 380. I am going to put some parchment paper in the bottom of my basket so that these rolls don't stick to it. And I will bring you back. I don't know why I thought there was only 5 in here. There are 8. So I need to get 8 chunks of cheese from here. Spread these out a little. Put a chunk of cheese in there. Wrap it around. Seal it. And that's going to be one of the bombs. So you just want to make sure you seal the end. Make sure your hands are clean, of course. Keep the air fryers ready, but I'm not. So I'm going to cut off 3 tablespoons of butter and put this in the microwave to melt. You could do it on the stove if you prefer. And then I'm going to put these into the air fryer. I have parchment paper. I'll put in the rolls. I'm going to cook 4 at a time and cook them for 6 minutes, and then we will butter them up. So I melted the 3 tablespoons of butter. I added in a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of parsley flakes. You could also do Italian seasoning. I might need to make a second batch of this because these are pretty good size. But I have this ready for the first ones. We want these to be nice and buttery and garlicky and then cheesy in the middle. And I'm starting to smell the rolls, so we have 3 more minutes. So I'll bring you back when this is, okay, they were looking done on the top, but the bottom isn't. So I'm gonna flip them for another minute that it has before we cook them more. They are a little more crisp on the bottom. I flip them over and I am going to brush them with lots of the butter. And I'm gonna cook them for a minute and then flip them over and do the same on the bottom. Here they are after a minute. I'm gonna flip them over and do the bottoms for another minute. And when I take them out, I'm gonna give them another brush of the garlic too. Set the timer for another minute. Timer is up. This one is starting to leak. This one here has a split. And I am going to put the rest of the garlic butter on here. Ooh, and I splashed. Sprinkle of salt on the top. And these are ready to go once they rest. I tried one and it wasn't quite done in the middle, a little doughy. I had to figure out the cheese from the dough because they were both white. So I put them back in at the end with the second ones and extended the cook time. So instead of 6 minutes, I would do them for 7 to 8 minutes at first, and then 2 to 3 minutes for the second time. And I'm gonna check them and I will let you know. One blowout. One blowout. Let that one cool and I will get it out of there. And here are the others. They look darker in the lighting than they are. Oh, there, that's better. But they need to cool a little bit. Here is one, actually it was the leaking one, split open. And the dough is all cooked. There is no raw dough. So you just have to make sure that they're sealed really good. But only one had a blowout, so that's not too bad. These are really good. They're nice and crunchy on the outside. The dough is cooked all the way through. The cheese is nice and melty. They're garlicky, they're buttery. What more can you ask for? Cheesy garlic bombs. That is what I did for today's air fryer video. So if you have some biscuits or crescent rolls laying around in your fridge, this is a great way of using them up. You could even cut them in half and make mini ones for appetizers, because these are pretty big. I'm just gonna make a salad to go with this for my dinner. I think that's gonna be just perfect. So here's a whole one. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time at Pike Creek Farm.